right, 8th graders, we are continuing the greatest treasure hunt in history. We are on page 164. Yesterday, we looked at photographs of members of Nazi Germany leadership, and as they were leaving different places where they were stealing historical artifacts and art when they were in France and Italy. So again, top of page 164. While Romer studied each photograph, Valan disappeared into the bedroom and quickly returned carrying another larger box. Having started with photos of the thieves, Valan now wanted him to see images of what they had stolen. Most were world-famous works of art that Romer recognized instantly, like The Astronomer by Johannes Vermeer, one of only 34 works painted by the 17th century Dutch master. Valan explained how the Nazis had stolen the painting off the wall of the famed Parisian banker and renowned art collector Edouard de Rothschild. Romer saw photographs of more paintings by Rembrandt, Rubens, Cranach, and other old master painters, but there were also images of Renaissance jewelry, Flemish tapestries, and rare furniture. These objects alone would have constituted one of the most important and comprehensive museums in the world. The breadth and quality of what the Nazis had stolen was staggering. Valan then reached into the box to retrieve documents that she had transcribed or found in waste paper baskets, including train manifest, shipping receipts, and the prize Romer most wanted to see, a list of where the stolen objects had been hidden. A treasure map. Valan had it all. Names, photos, and objects taken. It all added up to years worth of work. Up to that moment, the Monuments men had only dreamed of such an intelligence coup. Now he was holding everything he needed. Having the information was all that really mattered, but Romer couldn't help but wonder how Valan had gathered so many details and lived to tell about it. He recalled Jajard's comments in late November about her unobtrusiveness and how she'd used her knowledge of German without her captors being aware that she could understand all they were saying. But that alone couldn't possibly account for the information that filled the boxes on her dining room table. After a long pause, Valan explained how circumstances demanded that she transform her shy personality into one that engaged others in small talk to earn their confidence and trust. Important details soon followed, in particular from Alexandra, the head packer, who monitored the movement of what the Nazis had confiscated. One of the chauffeurs used by the ERR to transport stolen works provided Valan with information about the loading of trains. Romer could only imagine the sense of relief she was feeling from sharing all of this after keeping it secret for 5 years. Every few days, Valan walked the short distance on the Louvre for regular meetings with Jajard or his secretary. Those visits provided her with a place where she could always count on receiving sound advice and encouragement from the few people, in fact, the only people she could trust. But those visits also ratcheted up the pressure by reminding her that mistakes would prove deadly to her. Jajard, his secretary, and others. There had been several close calls, but only once in February 1944 did the Nazi lackeys catch her red-handed trying to read addresses on shipping documents. Bruno Lassi, Göring's art buyer, confronted Valan, warning that she could be shot for such indiscretions. But she sloughed it off, telling him, "No one here is stupid enough to ignore the risk," before walking away. Luck had favored her that day, but with the Allied landings at Normandy, threats became more frequent and menacing. Loss and von Buren both considered her an embarrassing witness to be eliminated before the end of the hostilities. She expected that they would send her to Germany with some of the stolen works of art and then shoot her once the train crossed the border. None of that mattered now, she told Roemer. All the risks taken, all the years of worry would amount to nothing if Hitler, in a fit of rage, ordered his henchmen to destroy the works of art, the furniture, the tapestries, everything. Valland moved some of the documents aside to find the list that had so excited Roemer, the treasure map of where the stolen objects had been taken. Some of the names on the list he had heard mentioned in their prior conversations, including Heilbronn, Buchheim, Hohenschwangau, and the one Valland urged him to go get to first, Notwatstein Castle. There, she told him, you will find the works of art stolen from France and the ERR documents that evidence the work of the thieves. The urgency in her voice revealed a genuine fear that Hitler or other Nazis might destroy the works stolen from France. Hitler hadn't hesitated to order the destruction of all but one of the bridges in Florence. Had General von Schitzholz, his military commander in Paris, followed orders, the Allies would have entered the French capital to find only smoldering ruins. Then, as if to underscore the urgency and validate her concern, Valland told Roemer another story. We're going to stop there at the bottom of page 166, and we'll be ready for that story next time. Thank you so much, 8th graders. Another excerpt of history. Take care of yourselves and see you later. Bye-bye.